the new wave of professional wrestling, Capital Wrestling.
It was about a year that I carried your big monkey ass around while I held the title. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Biting off a little bit more, you can chew.
I'm the guy here. Dixon, I haven't forgot about you. Not Monkey Man Paul Jordane. Ken Dixon.
I'm very familiar with the games that you're playing because I play them too. You're going to run into your end game.
Anthony Bowens. And the Capital Wrestling faithful, all of you watching this best of 5 series, that was my idea. I told everyone that I was going to beat Mr. Bowens, the poster child, the new Capital favorite this week. I told you that I was going to beat this man, not once, not twice, but 3 consecutive times, and that is what I'm going to do tonight. There won't be a comeback story. There won't be a fairy tale. There's going to be none of that childish stuff because tonight, Anthony bows down, he falls down, and you all have to admit that you were wrong and that I was right. I am the one that is true. What is true is Darius Carter, wrestling's richest prize, and the All-Father. So Bowens, bring everything that you have. Try your best because at the end of the day, you're going to fall to the best, Mr. Darius Carter, because the time for change, it's now.
And welcome to Capital Wrestling. I'm Mr. Entertainment, Harry Turjanian, joined along my reluctant colleague, Stephen James.
Andreotti, and I will have the pleasure of introducing the great and sophisticated Darius.
Oh, how beautiful. We're being serenaded.
All that's missing is wine and cheese.
Only Darius Carter could treat us to such an exquisite entrance.
Yeah, leave it to you to turn Pavarotti into ravioli. Come on, listen to it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, bravissimo. What's wrong with these people? They're not even, they're just sitting there like a bunch of dullards.
Singing a lullaby.
Now they're booing. How dare these people? Come on now. Bravissimo. Bravo.
Sit down.
Bravo. What's the matter with these uncultured animals here in Ridgefield Park? Not able to appreciate.
Can we just get to the show?
This is the show. What do you mean, can we get to the show? The prestige, the pageantry. Oh, I'm crying. I'm sorry. It's just such a beautiful thing. Oh my goodness. And he's outdone himself yet again. Wrestling's richest prize.
Wrestling's richest prize, the All-Father. Excellently done, excellently done. I am a professional. I get introduced as the greatest of all time, and you bow down to your All-Father. Bow down to Mr. Carter. Thank you.
And Darius Carter.
Darius Carter. Darius Carter here, live and in living color in Ridgefield Park.
They don't appreciate it, but these people wouldn't appreciate anything. They're uncultured swine. The best Italian food these people have ever had is Chef Boyardee.
Didn't I see cans of that in the trunk of your car, Harry? Anyway, tonight we have an amazing matchup as the best-of-5 series between himself, Darius Carter, wrestling's richest prize, as he takes in the glory of the Capitol Faithful, also will take on Anthony Bowens, the 5-tool player, in a best-of-5. This is match number 4.
Can you imagine the victory celebration? I mean, if that's the entrance to the last match, imagine what the victory celebration will be when Darius Carter wins this series 3-1.
Not if Anthony Bowens has something to say about it.
And look at this. How lucky are we, Steven? And the people in Richfield Park.
Not appreciating Darius Carter, and for good reason.
They don't appreciate culture. There's no museums in Richfield Park. They wouldn't appreciate fine art. To these people, fine art is an Archie comic. They don't know any better.
Speaking of fine art, look at the sculptured physique. Michelangelo's David personified in a living human being as the 5-tool player, Anthony Bowens, and the crowd going wild.
And the fans here chanting 5, 5, 5, because that's as high as they can count.
I thought that was the number of your IQ.
You know what? You stick to calling this match.
I'm trying to.
What we are in for is an athletic treat here.
Both men already jaw-jacking, chomping at the bit.
This has been going on for months at this point. This is beyond personal. The best-of-5 series.
As I said before, the 4th match in the first ever best-of-5 series in Capitol. Match 1, Bowens countered the foreclosure into a pinfall for the win, surprising in his debut. Match 2, Darius Carter won by using Bowens' own arm to low blow him. And match 3, Bowens was forced to forfeit the match due to a concussion injury after Carter refused to postpone the match.
Well, he refused to postpone it. It's part of the series. Just because somebody's injured doesn't mean.
Oh, and right away, Anthony Bowens going right to it, and Darius Carter now on top. Both men, this has gotten heated quickly.
I don't know how intelligent that was to just go right after Darius Carter that way, but and look at that.
Oh, and look at Darius Carter trying to use the ref to make some separation, but Bowens not having it. Oh, and a chop in the corner. Anthony Bowens staying on him, and again, wow. You can hear it all the way in the back here in Richfield Park. Oh, but Darius Carter, like a snake, springing on Anthony Bowens' side headlock.
And this is a big deal for
Holding
Anthony
on to
Bowens
it
here. I mean, he's down 3-1.
He's down 2-1, Harry. Can't you count?
Excuse me. I got ahead of myself. I'm getting excited. It's the best-of-5 series. He's gonna be down.
Shoulder firmly taking him down, now brushing him off. No flies on me. Jumping up and over.
Speed Bowens coming around.
Drop kick.
And no doubt about it, I mean, the athleticism from Anthony Bowens cannot be denied.
And Darius Carter having to take a moment, having to take a break here.
But that right there is what makes Darius Carter so brilliant and why he's so successful.
Oh, so successful, he's running away.
He's not running away.
Bowens will not let this opportunity slip through his grasp. He needs this more than Carter. Oh,
look at that.
Palm strike to the throat.
Now out into the crowd.
Stomping his hand, using the chair. Referee continuing the count, but Darius Carter wisely breaking it now that he has the advantage. And basking in the glory of the booze is Darius Carter. It's like he feeds on it.
And look at this. Oh, another chop to
Bowens
size.
Battling back.
And
oh, and a
Darius
thumb to
Carter
the eye.
trying to help that child tie his shoe.
Tie his shoe?
He cares.
He's wearing loafers.
He's a man of the people. Well, that's why they're extremely hard to tie. It doesn't matter now. Darius Carter firmly in control. That is all that matters.
Well, I've got a question for you, Harry. Do you think that Bowens is 100% after that concussion injury that I mentioned here? How brave is this man to take it on?
Look at that kick. Well, here's what I'll tell you. I think Bowens is physically, he's been cleared. He's physically 100%, but mentally is he 100%?
Going up top, speaking of, jumping over, rolling through.
And right back
trying to send him out, but Bowens hangs on, telling him to come on. Dodges, kick to the midsection. Hangs him up. What's he going to do here? Perhaps looking for some sort of apron DDT, but locking
break
it in.
out of it. Look at that.
Oh, manipulating the digits. Oh!
That is, again, another thing that makes Darius Carter so dangerous is his awareness of where he is in the ring. He uses that ring as a weapon.
So dangerous, living outside the rules. Talk about the All-Father.
Well, he's not been disqualified. What outside of the rules? But to answer your question, you asked me, is Bowens okay? Physically, he's okay, but mentally, when you come back from an injury, sometimes that's the hardest part.
Oh, and stomping on Bowens is Carter.
Carter on the attack.
Working on the hands here.
What did I say? Using the ring. Using the ring to his advantage. Ooh! Tying up Carter and then just laying a chop into that chest.
That's the advantage that you speak of having a one-win advantage. Anthony Bowens has to go after Carter to pick up this win. Carter has one to burn, so to speak.
Well, yeah, I mean, he more than likely won't. It's probably going to be 3-1 here, but he does have that advantage. You can do things that are a little bit trickier. You can do things that, you know, are a little high risk and can put somebody away. 1, 2, and now quickly, Bowens kicking out. And again, there is no quit in Bowens, that's for sure. Look at that clubbing blow to the back of the head.
Both of these men continuing to battle through. What would this mean to Bowens to win this best of 5? You figure he started in this match, in this best of 5 series, debuting in Capital Wrestling, winning when nobody but him believed that he would do it.
He was the first person at the time to win the Brass Ring Invitational that Darius Carter has challenged newcomers to. But Carter's so smart, luring him into a best of 5 series.
Cover 1, 2, 2 count only.
And now smartly, see what does Darius Carter do? He immediately goes to take the oxygen away, to make him work out of this position.
Slowing the pace down here.
Not just that, but making him use all those muscles to try to power out of that.
Speaking of power personified is Anthony Bowens as he breaks, gets some separation here, tries to get a breather. But yes, huffing and puffing, trying to get that oxygen.
It takes a lot out of you. And sometimes the pinfall, by the way, is not about getting the 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's about making your opponent work and exerting energy. And now Carter, ooh!
Counters. Bowens from the middle rope. Blockbuster.
And for Bowens, he has to come back down.
And the fans getting behind Bowens, trying to will him back into this matchup. The winner of this series could have serious implications on the championship picture in the future. Either one of these men could be in contention.
I mean, Darius Carter, an impressive 3 wins in a row. Ooh, that could mean something. Bowens defeating Darius Carter. Ooh.
Exchanging shots. Oh, one more powerful than the next. How are these men still standing? Oh, right to the midsection. Another shot underneath the chin. Darius Carter on Dream Street. Leapfrogs. Oh, look at him manipulating that knee. Oh, right to the back of the neck. Caught him with that kick. Cover 1, this could be it. 2 count only.
Bowens trying to figure out what he has to do. Mentally, this has got to be tougher than just a regular match. This is the best of 5 series. Anyone can win 1 match. A fluke can happen, and that's what Darius Carter's trying to do. But to win 3 in a row, that's something differently. That solidifies your place here in the business. But Carter quickly grabbing the forearm. But Bowens trying to hold on tight here. Ooh, palm strike from Darius Carter. And a neck breaker. Going
that
for the
could
cover.
Be it.
1, 2. Oh!
Just kicked out.
So close to embarrassing Anthony Bowens. That's the other thing. Think of the embarrassment it would be for Anthony Bowens to lose 3 matches in a row. And now he has to make a
Embarrassment?
comeback.
Are you kidding me? There's nothing for Anthony Bowens to be embarrassed about, even if he was to lose this match. Look at the effort that he's given. He wants more here in the Capitol, and he's willing to earn it, and you're seeing that right now.
Nobody wants to lose 3 times in a row. That doesn't matter. You know, you can be proud of your performance, and that's fine. Nobody wants to lose 3 times in a row, Steven. And now, Darius Carter stalking Bowens.
Went for that knee, gets him up.
But Carter trying to reach for the ropes, can't do it. Gets
Rolls
out
up,
of it.
cover 1, 2,
Whoa!
and caught. Darius Carter caught with his feet on the top rope. Leverage finally. Someone got Lens Crafters.
Oh, going for the kick and missing.
Caught him up. Oh, right to the back of the other leg. You saw the tension. Has him up. Elbows out, but Darius Carter's knee affected. Rolling through, locking it.
That's not a tap. That's not a tap. Carter.
Just out of reach of the ropes. Can Bowens make Carter tap here? Locking in that knee. And he taps out. Darius Carter.
Here is your winner as the result of a submission. The 5-tool player, Anthony Bowens.
What versatility by Anthony Bowens here. I thought he was going to look for the never ender, but he didn't. What he did was he locked that knee in, wrenched it.
And Anthony Bowens somehow has he's able to survive another day in his attempt to make the greatest comeback, as far as I'm concerned, in sports entertainment history.
The unspoken 6th tool, a win.
And a little bit of a taunt there from Anthony Bowens.
This series all tied up, 2-2. You have to wonder now, with everything on the line, in a final matchup, only one matters. Now it's down to 1 match for all the marbles.
It's coming, Dixon. You've been asking for it. You've been asking for it. Plastic bag on my head? You wanna run behind me? Try to choke me? It's coming, Dixon! It's coming now! This is what you've been asking for. This is what you want. This is what you get. You got the big man pissed. I'm pissed off, and I'm coming straight for you, Dixon. I can't think of anything else but ripping your goddamn head right off of those puny little shoulders. Endgame is all that you have to worry about, and that's all that's on my list. Your endgame.
Mr. Entertainment, the owner of Capitol Wrestling, Harry Turjanian here, and people ask me all the time, how do you do it week after week? How do you carry the dead weight of someone like Stephen James at the broadcast table? Well, I tell you, it's not easy. Sometimes I feel the aches. I feel it in my muscles and my joints. Well, you know what I do? I use Infinite CBD, because Infinite CBD offers the cleanest, healthiest, and purest form of CBD available. Use promo code CAP15 for a 15% discount on any purchase. That's right, 15. That is the mental age of Stephen James, so don't you forget it. It's easy. CAP15. Hey, I didn't know you were standing there.
Carrying me.
You know, I mean, it's...
At least I know Chuck Payne's name.
Infinite CBD.
This week's edition of Capitol Wrestling Television is brought to you by the home of the Capitol Wrestling Podcast, the El Toro Podcast Network. Whether it's Capitol Wrestling, the world of professional wrestling, or the world of informational technology, El Toro's Podcast has you covered. Follow them on Twitter at El Toro's Podcast, or subscribe right now on Google Podcast, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher Radio, Podbay FM, or on Apple Podcast.
When no one's watching and you want to give up, but you push for one more. Legends are made in the gym, at practice, and on the street. They're made in your dreams. Dream big. Train for the future. Train to be legendary.
Are you in need of a lawyer who will fight for you? Well, EDA Law will go off the top rope for you and your needs. Pro wrestling veteran Eric Anderson has brought his no-nonsense approach from the ring to the courtroom. The New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer and his team focuses on business law, criminal defense, and representing members of the pro wrestling industry. For more information, head on over to edalaw.com. That's edalaw.com. EDA Law, for those in the law who wrestled, know how to wrestle the law.
Want to stand out from the crowd? Go to popfan.shop for all your pop culture cravings. Anime, comics, pop culture, sci-fi, music, humor. Get them on shirts in all sizes and colors and lots more. Pick your style, color, and size. Shop till you pop. Popfan.
It's time for the fabulous finish of the week, sponsored by To Be the Man.
What's Durange do here?
Durange is back, getting some revenge on the new sanctuary. Springboard, Canadian Destroyer, cover, this could be it. 1, 2, 3.
Here's your winner and first ever Capital Wrestling Freestyle Champion, KC Navarro.
That was the fabulous finish, sponsored by To Be the Man, available on Amazon.com.
Psychological warfare.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Butte, Montana. He weighs in at 220 pounds. This is Ken Dixon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Capital Wrestling. I'm Stephen James with Harry Jordane. A hoss fight, a grudge match, as the bald bastard himself, former Capital Wrestling champion, the first ever Ken Dixon, is in the ring.
This is going to be nothing but pure brutality.
And
it's going to be a wrestling match in name only. As this becomes the boiling point of something that has been going on for months, revolving around the Capital Wrestling Championship.
Making his way to the ring from Iron City, Georgia. He weighs in this afternoon at 270 pounds. Endgame Jordane.
The endgame Paul Jordane.
And smartly, Ken Dixon coming out of the ring, at least momentarily. And this is psychological warfare at its finest. And referee Mike Peter getting control, but the brutality of this, Paul Jordane waiting for weeks to get his hands on Ken Dixon.
Every time Paul Jordane seemed to get ahead, Ken Dixon would find a way.
No love lost between these former group mates, both members of the Bastards early on in the Capital Wrestling history, but clearly these two didn't really get along because,
And Ken Dixon having no effect on endgame Paul Jordane.
Paul Jordane's so big and strong.
And knocking him down.
And that's not a knock on the size of Ken Dixon, because he's no small man.
What started as an issue over the Capital Wrestling Championship devolved into violence, into a personal issue.
And Ken Dixon taking a break. Dixon losing his championship. And before he could get a rematch, Paul Jordane won the championship. And that's what led to all this. Ken Dixon brutally attacking Paul Jordane.
Zip tying him to the ropes, then taking a plastic bag and trying to snuff the life.
Well, I was going to leave those brutal details out of it, but I can't say that that's untrue. It all happened. And then the two of these having to both be suspended after their backstage altercation.
Finally
having to be separated in the locker room brawl.
Jordane going for that big elbow, misses. And Ken Dixon going down low. Both of these men, no strangers to brutality and to violence. Ken Dixon thrives off it.
Come on, get out of it, let's go.
Paul Jordane's power personified.
Holding on so tightly. Look at the size and just throwing Ken Dixon out of the ring with one hand. Again, Ken Dixon is used to manhandling people with his brutal methods, but the size might be too much. I mean, look at just the strength of Paul Jordane. Oh my God, throwing him around like a rag doll. And this is something Ken Dixon is not used to. Ken Dixon is used to being the one who dishes out the pain. But this got so vicious and so personal that Paul Jordane he's got an intensity I've never seen before. Ken Dixon kicking his way out of it.
Dixon here trying to get into this, but both men not giving an inch.
And look at those
Paul Jordane
clubbing forearm.
Oh, there it is, and now it's a battle. This isn't, like you said, it's a wrestling match in name only. Shoving senior official Mike Keener out of the way. Neither one of these men are going to allow this.
And there's, I mean,
Mike Keener trying
to stop it, but ring the bell. And Mike Keener, that's it, a disqualification. He can't control it. Senior official Mike Keener.
What happened?
I believe that senior official Mike Keener disqualified both men here.
Saying it's over here.
It's over, that's it, I said it's over.
And Ken Dixon hightailing it out of town.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official has ruled this a no contest.
A double disqualification as per the ruling of senior official Mike Keener, and I can't say I blame him. He was quickly losing control of this match. There was no control from the start.
Oh man, Australian suicide. You think you're cute, you cut a little promo in your basement saying that wrestling's your life, you got a little ring. Hey, you may be one of the best in the world. You've been all over the world. But in the freestyle tournament, they were the best in the world. And I beat them. And tonight is gonna be no different. Cause you may be good, you may be the best, but you're not blessed.